Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of Live from QCP, QCP's weekly series of interviews with managers from around the company who talk about job recruitment, career opportunities, and career paths at this wonderful agency that serves people with developmental disabilities from around Queens. Today's guest is going to be Terri Ross, Executive Director of QCP, and we really appreciate her taking the time. Hey Terri, welcome.
Hi, Alex. Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So today we'd like to ask you a couple of questions about, what effect the COVID pandemic has had on the agency. Talk to us a little bit about the program offerings that QCP has, some of the qualities of a direct care worker and what you folks look for, and what the work atmosphere is like at QCP. But what I want to say right off the bat is that I've been working with QCP for almost 10 years now. And what strikes me so much when I walk in there, even now in the quieter atmosphere, is just the warmth and the happiness that I see there, particularly on the part of the individuals that QCP serves. It's really, I think, a testament to not only the company, but to the people who work there. So maybe you want to expand on that at some point during this chat, and but also let's take a little bit of a step back and talk a little bit about how COVID has affected the agency.
Okay, thanks, Alex. As you know, QCP is an agency that supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And when everybody shut down, our people were still frontline workers, especially those who worked in our residential program. And we quarantined, staff quarantined when people got sick, and we brought food to people in the community and made sure that we were out delivering boxes of supplies and making sure, checking on people and making sure that they were okay. And we all learned new skills like Zoom, and we still are able to provide services remotely. So we have a clinic that took care of people's mental health. We have day programs that helped people to deal with the pressures of being at home during this horrible time. And I have to say that our frontline workers are all heroes, from our schools, the teachers and staff in our schools, to our day programs, our vocational programs, our supported employment program. Staff were out in the field working in supermarkets and wherever there was a need. And I'm very, very proud of the people who work here. I really am.
Thank you. Can you just go over briefly? I know we cover this each week, but just give us a little bit of a summary of what the programs are that QCP offers, and in that context, what kinds of careers are available for people?
Okay. For people with a high school diploma or a GED, we have a number of direct support positions all over the agency. We have day services, we have residential services, we have children's services, we have overnight shifts available. We have evening services. So whoever needs a, a, a position at a certain time of the day, we've got those open. We have cook housekeeper positions open. We have openings in our vocational programs. We have a pre-vocational trainer position opening. We have a maintenance position open, and a community hab assistant position open for somebody who wants to work out in the community with an individual in the community. We also have supervisory positions open in a number of programs. We have assistant supervisors in our residential program, and we have a supported employment program supervisor opening. We also have nursing positions open for RNs and for LPNs, and even for a part time RN consultant, 5 hours a week. We also have bachelor's and master's positions open as specialists in all of our programs: day services, pre vocational. We have activity coordinators, and we have a lot of positions open, and we hope that we can entice people to apply.
So uh, I put up the note at the bottom there, which says people can send their resumes to hr@queencp.org, which I hope they do. And could you just talk a little bit about what you think some of the qualities are that make up a good direct care worker, or for that matter, any employee at QCP?
Mm-hmm. Right, any employee. The employee that we're looking for, the person that we're looking for, is going to be somebody who is dedicated to human services, somebody who cares about other people, and they get back because there's a family atmosphere here. So the people who work here like working here, and they like working with the people we support. So we're looking for warm people who are caring. Um, you can see the connections and the relationships that people build. So compassionate, kind people who are supportive uh, are welcome to apply here, and we're glad to give them a place to work.
So I mentioned at the beginning, what I perceive to be the atmosphere at QCP when I walk in there, and really it is, I think, a testament to the service that's available. Can you expand on a little bit? What are some of the things that you hear from the families of the individuals you serve, maybe even from the staff, or from anybody who walks into that building, because or those buildings? What do you hear?
Thank you for saying that. The people, as I said, the people who work here want to work here. You don't work in a field like this if you are not caring, or you work here because you like what you do. And I've been in this field for, God, a million years, I think. And I still love what I do. I love working with the people that I work with. And that shows. The families have made connections with the staff, and they've made connections with the other individuals. I see, when I walk around, I see people who like being where they are. I like the relationships that people form, and we foster relationships, um, from the individuals having good relationships with each other, to this, and the staff having good relationships with each other, to the staff and the individuals having good relationships with each other also. We're a team, so it's important to us to be a good place to work.
If you would, talk a little bit about what you see for QCP coming up in the next year or so. I know we didn't talk about this in advance, but just, give us a little bit of a taste of what to expect.
Well, I things are starting to open up now. So where QCP is still on a number of COVID restrictions, we're still following COVID rules, and we're being as careful as we can. Um, we're starting to open up our programs. In September, our children's program will open up in person, 100% in person. They're still partially in person and partially remote. Our day programs will be more open, where our day and vocational programs are open in person only to the people who we're able to get here. We're now expanding so that, and we're hoping to be fully operational, fully open by September. Our residences have been open the whole time. So we have openings for staff on all shifts. Um, and what am I missing? Our clinic. We have our clinic has been operating also during the pandemic, and now we see a lot more people coming into the clinic and getting services in person. We also have a psychologist, an opening for a tester, a psychologist, in the clinic. And we're looking forward to finding someone who's very competent in assessments. We also, our vocational programs have been out in the field since they've been open. Right now, since COVID started, and right now our pre-vocational program is operating at about 50% um, of the people are coming actually into the building and going out into the community and working at volunteer jobs all throughout the community. So they're giving out food, they're working in food pantries, they're working in the parks, they're working, doing volunteer work all over the borough of Queens.
That is an amazing, the pre-vocational program is an amazing program. I understand that even during the pandemic, people from QCP were still out there working. I mean, they get
Mm-hmm.
rave reviews from the employers who hire them, but they were
Mm-hmm.
out there. They wanted to work, and they were working during the pandemic.
Yeah.
That really says a lot
Yeah.
about not only the individuals, but the program and the training they get
Yeah.
there.
We
Uh,
we were very nervous. We were very nervous in the beginning about people being working outside in supermarkets and places like that. And I have to say that the staff did an amazing job. They kept everybody safe. They kept themselves safe, and very very proud of that program. We have two vocational programs. One is supported employment. That's the program I'm talking about. The other is the pre-vocational program, which gets people ready to go out into the community and to get jobs. And we do that by volunteering in the community. And those are the people that are working in volunteer sites and doing an amazing job. And they
well,
get back by giving, people get back for themselves. They get a lot of satisfaction for themselves
well,
for
I have to
being
say
part of it.
you have a wonderful group of ambassadors for QCP out there working,
So thank you.
and I want to thank you for taking the time today. We greatly appreciate it. And folks, the link is up there on the bottom. We hope that you're interested in learning more about careers at QCP. Thank you very much, Terri. It's been a pleasure having you join us this Friday morning, and we will be back next week. So thank you all. Have a wonderful weekend, and you too, Terri. Thank you.
You too.
Join us next Friday for our next edition of Live from QCP. Thank you all for joining us today. Have a great weekend.